This is reposted.
Larry, we're about a 7-hour drive away, and I don't know if you felt it this morning, but I've been judging you, and I've been wondering about you.
Oh, that's so
Quote
good.
makes me think about you. The grass is always greener on the other side. I have a little bit to say about it, and I'm really curious what you have to say. I think it's an interesting paradigm. It's generally like, I think, advice for is a negative way, like don't pine for something you can't have. But I mean, it can be positive for your career. So I saw a study from the Bureau of Labor Statistics that from 2015, people between the ages of 18 and 50 will have an average of 12 jobs, which, like, maybe getting more jobs with the new world order is better. Like, the way to get a promotion is better. But if you're married, the grass is always greener leads to a 40 to 50% divorce rate in the US. I was judging you because I don't think you subscribe to this. I think you just do what you want to do and move forward. But I'm curious what you think.
Well, I was raised in sort of a like evangelical kind of Christian home type thing. And I feel like evangelical Christian type people are always saying, eventually life will be good if you get to heaven, if you do something eventually. As I become a grown adult, I have come to realize the closest you can get to like God, the universe, the spirit, whatever you want to call it, is if you are completely present in the moment that you're in. We talk about this all the time. Like, if you're not taking photos of something, you're actually enjoying the moment. That is, the grass is not greener. You're just completely content. And I see that in my own life. When I am in the moment and not looking at my phone, that is a beautiful moment. But I did also think, hey, listen, this phrase comes from shepherds walking around green areas going like, hey, it looks green over there. I should take my sheep over there because maybe they could get foot fed better. And then they get there and it's not. But you got to go try sometimes, right?
Yeah, I think you do have to go try, because I agree with you that there is peace and stillness and enjoying what you're doing. But if you're working in a job that you hate, or you're in a relationship that you hate, like, I think you have to think about what other things might be, as opposed to accepting the status quo. I always think about the guy that I worked with that hates his job and still works at that same company. Like, making moves is important, but, like, you have to understand yourself in that, like, am I always trying to make a move? Like, I had a friend that got married, and it was like they were dating. When are we gonna get married? Or when are we gonna move in together? When are we gonna get married? When are we gonna buy a house? When are we gonna have kids? And, like, once they hit all those milestones, there was like not a new thing. And she's like, all right, I'm out. And so, like, that's a certain type of person. And there's also the I'm not ready to make a move yet type of person. So I think I, I think it's a good thing to see what's out there and understand it, but also not move just to make a move.
I think jobs and marriage are two great examples. And here's why I would say, kind of not pushing back, but different ideas of that. Were you ever fully in the job and the marriage to begin with? Like, some people go to a job and they got one foot out the door from get go. So
Yeah.
then you never really gave it a chance to begin with. And so you were always looking to get out. Same with marriage. So there's my idea of like, maybe did you fully do the job and then, oh man, I'm not good for this. And then you have to leave.
Yeah. There's also the society part of it too, the keeping up with the Joneses, where it's like, well, this person has this, and, like, how do I get to their happiness? And it's not all the same. It's not prescribed for you. So seeing that your friend well, not even necessarily money or material things, but like, hey, my friend has 5 kids and they're really happy. Should I have 5 kids? Or maybe not. So I think I like looking out and absorbing whatever I see, and then processing it through my filter, as opposed to just like, go get this.
I think we talked about it recently. Like, it's the if I just get this syndrome, then I'll be happy. I feel like I heard this. I forget what the coach's name was, but he was like, I'd always been told I got to win this championship to be a good coach, blah, blah, blah. And then I won it. And the next day I was the exact same person. And also, we heard that interview, or I heard an interview with Tim Ferriss. We listened to his podcast, and he was saying, be careful of what you actually want, because he became famous. He always wanted to be famous. The next day, he had someone show up at his door and want to kill him. Like, if you're famous, you have all sorts of other problems that come with that. I'm in media. I thought I was going to be somebody, and I've always thought I was going to be somebody, but I'm not anybody. And I need to just be thankful that I don't have anybody showing up my door trying to kill me.
Yeah, I mean, entertainment is definitely a good grass is always greener because you're like, oh, if I just get to be on this TV show or if I get to produce this or whatever. And I would say 99% of the people who are famous that I've heard talk about it say they miss their anonymity. The only person that I have heard not say that is Rob Lowe. Rob Lowe's like, anytime there's a camera, I'm showing up because I love being in front of the camera. So I think that's kind of funny. But yeah, it's like careful what you wish for.
I love, though, the literal meaning of this quote. The grass is greener on the other side. Like from your neighbor, you're sitting on your lawn, you're looking down, and you're seeing the dirt and the grass. But if you're looking across the street at a 30 or 45-degree angle, your neighbor's lawn looks greener than yours because you're at a different angle. It just looks greener. It's not actually greener. So it's always about the perspective of where you're looking at something.
Even if it is greener, I was doing a little bit of research. I found it was like a agriculture website, but it was like basically you go over to help your neighbor out and you're like, you find weeds. Weeds are green too. So from a distance, it might look like lush grass, but you got weeds growing in there. So it's, anyway, I wanted to explore this because I view you as someone who doesn't subscribe to that. And it sounds like maybe you don't.
But no, but I'm really with you. You know, you can't just be miserable forever. You can't, but I mean, have you fully invested in your situation? And then can you move on? I don't know.
Yeah. Well, if you're ready to move on, please reach out. You can find us at Reposted Podcast on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I'm Andrew Keller for the Eyebrow saying thanks for stopping by.